Hey, everybody, we are here with Max, CEO of Celcy. How you doing, Max?
Good. How are you?
Good. So let's talk about Celcy. I checked out the video. It seems really cool. You have the tagline of Nespresso of food. And
Yep.
when I looked at the video, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm glad it came across.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so what we kind of found going into the market is there's a lot of appliances out there calling themselves smart and even legacy appliances that are adding more capabilities to become part of the smart ecosystem, adding Wi-Fi, cameras, things like that. But fundamentally, there's no real IoT market out there. And when try to differentiate the two, I mean completely removing the person from the equation. So we wanted to create a food system, a kitchen appliance that really worked like an espresso, where you pop a pod and it does it automatically. No complex features. Hit a button, and we want to take it a step farther and give you that optionality on the fly. So by adding that freezer component, it's really like, there's how many times do you open the fridge, you go, ooh, what do I want to eat? I'll pick that, throw it in the fridge, right? It lets you follow your craving. Well, that's what Celsi does, right? You don't have to know at 5 in the morning when you're leaving for the office what you're going to eat for dinner. You have multiple choices at your fingertips without the expensive delivery and questionable lengths of time of meal delivery, or the quick kind of soggy nature of microwave. So you get the best of both worlds.
Oh, don't talk to me about microwaves. Good golly. And you're right. It's a daily struggle. Like every day, it's crazy. We're like, what are we having today? What are we eating today? And if you could just have something ready, I looked at the actual unit, and for our listeners and viewers, it's really incredible that it is a actual freezer and the cooking unit right together.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you think of an espresso, you put in the freezer meal, and then it cooks it based on the one you want to choose, right?
Yep. So it's really basically you stack them in as you load them. The device identifies it and just sends it to your online profile. So any device you have where you log into your account, or you can sync it with Google or Siri, Alexa. That way you can use your smart home to start a meal. You say, "What do I have?" It'll tell you what's in the freezer, and you go, "Ooh, I want the pad thai, or I want the chocolate fudge brownies." Right? We're really not just focused on dinner. I mean, think about mornings, right? How often do you wake up and you just grab a granola bar to get out the door when you could have a fresh hot frittata or breakfast burrito waiting for you?
I was just gonna ask that. What are the, kind of options when it comes to food? But I'm all in on the chocolate brownie, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're talking about desserts as well and breakfast items. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah, so we currently have a menu of 35 items across different proteins, breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, snacks. But going back to that Nespresso example, and the reason we used it, Nespresso has their own coffees, their own espresso pods, but they also have partner brands. So you can get other brands of coffee. We are going to have other brands of food as well. So if there's other brands you already like and trust, as we open our ecosystem, expand, you don't have to worry about, oh, I don't necessarily like the Celsi meals, but I do like one of their partners, and we can keep growing that ecosystem to help prevent food exhaustion of getting stuck.
Yeah, and that happens with a lot of different technology, around food when people, create the food systems themselves as well. People are like, "Well, I've had all of those," you know? And so I think that opening that up is paramount and really important.
Yeah, we're about building the infrastructure, the ecosystem, to really open up automation for everybody. It's not just for us.
Are we talking about price point yet at all, or
So we have our targets. The unit we're looking at somewhere in the 550 range,
okay.
plus or minus, as inflation and logistics, supply chain, and all of that takes into account. But we're also looking at doing similar to what you see out there with Tovala and Suvi, offering a much lower price point, and maybe there's the double digits, for you to get the unit with just a meal subscription for a few months.
Right. And I feel like you'd want that obviously to get started.
Right.
It can be important. So, yeah, that's a good plan. And then any idea on releasing date, window, and anything like that?
Yeah, so we've launched our beta signups already, and we actually sold out our phase one. Um, those beta experiences will start in the spring of 2023. So we're about 6 months out from the start of the beta, and pre-sales for the actual unit will probably start. winter to spring of 23 with release in summer of 23.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm excited. I'm signing up, by the way. Uh,
Thanks.
yeah, I really think you did a great job on the website. So I tell people to go check out that site. What is the site again?
Celcy.com, Celcy.com.
Easy enough. And you go check out the video. You'll really get it kind of quickly with that video. I'm excited about this idea. And like you said, I think there is a need for more actual technology around, the combination of cooking meals, not just like different ways of subscription services, which are also great. But this is like kind of an all in one package, which, we all need in a very busy world
Yeah.
with not much time.
Yeah, I know there's plenty of people who say, "Oh, it might not be for me. I love to cook." But you can love to cook. I love to cook, but come Thursday night after a long week, you just want something simple. And there are days you're exhausted. And the nice thing is we're a freezer, as we've said, which means we have a 6 to 12 month lifespan on these meals. You don't have to worry about the expiration. And though you can really put this in the background and use it when you want it and still do all the cooking that you like to do.
Right. Yeah, you can do both. And again, like you said, there's every day of the week to think about. And there's a bunch of days you don't want to think about it. So
Yeah.
I think that's good. Also, by the way, before we leave the actual unit, how many meals can it hold again?
5.
Five. Okay. So that's a little limiting the fact that you have to like, those are your options. But
Yeah.
um,
I mean, the basic idea is if you look about dinners, that's your Monday through Thursday, and then maybe throw a snack in there, thinking you might eat out or be more social on Friday and Saturday, Sunday. Or if you're a heavy user, that's your breakfast, lunch, dinner, your snack, and your dessert, and you just use the unit every day.
right.
So it all depends on kind of how you use it.
Yeah. Well, it seems really cool. People check it out. Before I let you go, let's talk about the future of food and technology for a second. What, besides your own unit, which seems awesome, are you excited about when it comes to like this mixing together of food and technology in the future?
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I'm an engineer, so uh, to come into this food environment is completely new to me, and it's this blending that's letting me become part of it. So, convenience, automation, personalized nutrition, all of these things that really free up your time because the general thing is you spend 8 hours a week on food prep and cooking, and any ways to simplify that through technology. I mean, we do it with everything else, so it's about time that we finally get it happening in our own personal kitchens.
Yeah, I totally agree. I say the only kind of like trickiness is because I've talked to a ton of people about a ton of food and technology products, and I think it's just that getting people on board with systems because
Yeah,
we're also like in our own little way that we do things, and it's new and it's different, and so it is that adoption I think rate, and adoption of new technology is the
yeah.
only kind of limiting factor I think.
There's, IoT can be, people worry about intrusion, data monitoring, and things like that. People hijacking houses. I know that's a worry for people. Just for our own sake, our CTO, used to work for three-letter organizations for the government, and we like to say that means your data is going to be very secure with us. Don't have to worry about hacks or breaches. And so but it is something that we have taken to heart and things that other people really do need to focus on as you add cameras and microphones and connectivity. Data security needs to be there.
Yeah, and make people feel safe about that is great. So, well, Max, thanks a lot for telling us about Celcy. Check it out, Celcy.com, and have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you very much.